Technology Integration for Teachers by Michelle Devine at Southern New Hampshire University. Technology is here. It's time to face reality. Even though a lot of experienced teachers want to stick with the same lessons they've been using for years and pretend like the world of technology can remain outside our classrooms, it's time to invite technology in. We need to examine how technology can be brought into our classrooms without causing too much of a fuss. The purpose of this presentation is to demonstrate a few of the benefits for integrating technology. I will also show you the difference between a lesson with and without technology. I'm sure you'll be able to see how the lesson is enhanced with the use of just a few simple Web 2.0 tools. First, we have to talk about what technology is. Technology is defined as any kind of media for inquiry, communication, construction, or expression. What makes good technology usage is effective teaching and learning. I am arguing that technology needs to be integrated as a tool in learning, and I'm about to show you how it can promote and extend student learning on a daily basis. You might be saying, why should I integrate technology? I've been teaching just fine for years. And while I understand your hesitation to this major change in your pedagogy, let me give you a few reasons why you should use technology in your classroom. First, it's easy. A couple ways that you could integrate technology into your daily routine include accessing an online weather forecast, including URLs in a monthly calendar, challenging students with online mathematic problems, introducing an online word of the day using dictionary.com, utilizing online worksheets or scavenger hunts, using online reading comprehension practice or practicing fluency through fables or poems, and using MysteryNet, which is a place for daily mysteries. Technology makes students active, and it's usually free, or it at least includes a 30-day free trial, and it promotes an environment that's student-centered, while submersing students in activities that help them develop critical 21st century skills. So let me talk about a lesson that does not include any technology. I'm going to call it our before lesson. It's designed for a 3rd grade mathematics class, and it takes a total of about 3 hours. The only materials you need are a whiteboard, whiteboard markers, as well as markers for sketching and sketch paper. The objectives of the lesson are for students to draw a model of a house and label the area of each room. Students will use their model to explain how area is calculated, and students will be able to recognize area as additive. The essential questions are, how is area used in real life, and how is area calculated in a house? This lesson is aligned to the Common Core standards for math, which are about recognizing area and understanding concepts of area measurement, as well as recognizing area as additive. The overview of the lesson activities are to begin by asking students how big their houses are and accept all answers, but lead students to understand that area is one way to measure how big something is. Then show them a few examples on the whiteboard of how you can calculate the area of a rectangle, and after a few examples, check in with thumbs. So ask students to give you a thumbs up if they're feeling good and understanding, sideways if they're only feeling okay, and side and down for I'm completely lost. This is a good formative check-in. And once students mostly all feel pretty good, you can instruct them to go to their seats and sketch a house that has at least 3 rooms, and tell them to label each room with the area, and tell them to figure out the total area of the house at the top of their page. And students can share their pictures when they're finished, and this is kind of the explanation part. I gave this a thumbs down because technology can really make this lesson a lot better. Let's see how. The anticipatory set of our With Technology lesson remains the same, but this time you're going to show this video about area, and I'll just kind of skim through it a little bit for you to see. It just talks a little bit about what area is,
size of the,
and it shows students how to calculate it in a different way.
Of the surface times 4.
And showing students a video is just a different method of them to get the information instead of their teacher telling them it all. And this lesson with technology covers a few standards from the International Society of Technology and Education. Students demonstrate creative thinking, construct knowledge, and develop innovative products and processes using technology. Students apply digital tools. Students demonstrate a sound understanding of technology. So let's see the activities of this lesson. Well, the objectives are for students to use inspiration software to design a model of a home and show its area. Students will recognize area as additive by showing how each room in the house adds up to the total area, and students use their model to explain how area is calculated in a Jing tutorial. I'll show you a little more about those tools in a second. With the lesson, the activities include modeling. So first you're going to show students how to use inspiration, and you're going to use the pre-made template for area. And I can show you what this looks like. This is just a piece of the program because I've already used my 30-day free trial, but if you wanted to do this with your class, you'd be able to use that trial. And students can go in and design shapes that are certain areas and calculate it and figure all of this out on their own. So that's the inspiration software. They can also use their laptops to explore on their own, and that's where they're going to create their house on that software. And they're using critical thinking when they're calculating the total area of their house. And then they're going to create a Jing tutorial that explains how they calculated the area for each room. Jing is just a screencasting program, so they're going to do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is record their screen as they're talking and explaining. So that's our after lesson. There's a lot of benefits to it. The first benefit is that using the Web 2.0 tools can lead to the development of critical thinking skills. Using tools like Kidspiration allows students to visualize the connections between the things they're learning about, and they can create representations of the structural knowledge, so they're putting meaning behind what they're learning. Kidspiration is a mind mapping software, and mind mapping software like this can also be used for students to demonstrate an understanding of how pieces of information fit together. They can create story webs or do a variety of different things with Kidspiration. Another benefit is that students are leading their own inquiry and exploration. They use technology as a support. And recent trends in education have been more centered on goals and students. It's not about teachers telling students the information. It's about students figuring out their own knowledge on their own. And Kidspiration is a way for kids to do this. A third benefit is that students are developing necessary 21st century skills. Students need opportunities to practice using technology in school. Technology has changed education in so many different ways. It helps students develop higher order thinking skills, creativity, and research abilities. And it provides students with access to an ever-expanding source of information. So using technology in the classroom shouldn't be a choice. It should really be a necessity. Here's some places you can go to get more information if you would like to learn more about this. Edutopia is a great site with lots of educational articles. You can also follow educational leaders on Twitter, or you could use a list to help you figure out which tool is the best for you to use. A lot of lists like the one that's shown here are listed by activity type or by outcome, and you can choose the tool based on what you want the student to get out of the activity. Another choice is connecting with educators in classrooms on Blogger, and this website is a list of 52 great blogs that you should follow if you want to be up to date. In conclusion, remember that technology is a process and it takes time for you to get comfortable using it. And when you're beginning to use technology, keep your regular pedagogy aligned with your existing teaching and learning strategies. So don't try to make technology something that you're not comfortable with using. Keep it how you are already teaching. And also don't be afraid to use your technology integration specialist and collaborate. Creating a collaborative environment where teachers and facilitators work together is what's going to help us really improve student learning. And these are my references. Thank you.